Good evening. Thank you for joining Swag Her Magazine, where this segment is the in between. I am your host, Lachey Young. Today I have a very, very, very special person here with me, my wife, Dr. Joy, the Coach Young. I'm going to let her introduce herself before
You just
we.
did.
No, you got to go into
Okay.
details. You know, you got plenty with you. So I'm going to let her further introduce herself even more. Joy.
Like she said, I am Dr. Joy, the coach, and I am so glad to be here on Swag Her. Um, I am what am I? A central entrepreneur and everything in between to make sure that my community has the foundational fundamentals and financial success necessary to be successful.
Okay. I mean, you are successful. Okay. Okay. So today we're talking. This segment is all about healing and anything in between. So this conversation tonight is more so of grief and what that looks like and how it reshapes, especially the loss of a parent. So I'm gonna dive right on in, so we don't hold y'all too long. Um, so it's been 6 years. How does grief feel now compared to a year ago?
The same.
Okay, elaborate.
It feels the same. Um, the emotion, no, I would actually say it probably got worse. Yeah, because there's no time limit, there's no pattern, there's no process to say, oh, you're gonna deal with this and deal with it. No. Like one day I can be so mad. And then next day I'm crying. And one day I'm remembering all of the funny stuff and I'm conjuring up memories and calling my sister and doing all kind of stuff. So, it got worse. I think this year, no, not 2026, but 2025, hit real hard, and I still haven't figured out why.
Well, you already answered the next one. Do you still have moments where it hits unexpectedly?
Yes,
um, uh, what has grief taught you about yourself?
that is that I can't control it. Um, yeah, that I couldn't control it. I would cry at work, and I got to, show these hoes that I am powerful and strong, and I'm crying and can't get it together. So it just taught me that I really didn't have the control that I thought, that the whole plan of my mom's passing, in my head, I had it together. But in real life, I had nothing at all.
Um, did losing your parent change how you make decisions?
No,
No.
it doesn't change how I make decisions. No, not in life or anything like that. I've been on my own for so long. So technically, I make decisions based off of just how I feel like it. But no,
Has it changed how you love?
no.
Okay. Um, what part of the loss softened you? What part strengthened you?
The part of the loss that softened me was the fact that my daughter is not going to be able to have my mother in her life as a grandparent. And that's something that I absolutely wanted. Because I know my mom, she's a hell of a grandparent. And so she's not going to have that experience. Strengthened me because I sit and think of things that possibly could not have happened growing up, and I try to do them without it. So I'll sit and say, oh, I wonder if my mom ever sing to me. Okay, well then I'll sing to her.
Yeah.
So I would say that to me, it strengthened me to want to be a better parent. Well, not a better, a best parent.
Um, how has losing your parent influenced, or you just said kind of, if you want to elaborate a little more, you can. How has losing your parent influenced how you parent?
Well, it definitely makes me. I try to do the opposite. Like I grew up in that era where you was never heard. You know, if you was depressed, you go depress the dishes. That was the thing. You know, you didn't have a say. You didn't get a chance to really do anything. You was just as you told. So I try to balance that out with her because she does have a lot of emotions, and I want her to talk them through. It was that one time she told me that I hurt her heart when I yelled at her or whatever, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And so, you know, it just makes me want to make sure that I'm doing the opposite things to where I felt that I could have been better handled. Um, yeah, and just making sure that I'm there and that she knows it. That I don't care, right, wrong, or indifferent. We'll deal with it later, but I'm gonna fight for you in that moment.
What traditions or values have you intentionally carried forward from your mom?
Um, Thanksgiving, Christmas, um, Valentine's Day gifts because she used to do that. We barely had food, but she would make sure that we had a carnation or something when we woke up. So I try to make sure that I keep that. Try to keep the relationship a spiritual relationship because she did have that. Even though we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of stuff, well, she kept us in church. And you ain't have nothing else, you had that. And so those are very important to me.
Do you feel a responsibility to protect legacy differently now?
Yes, because I understand spirituality a lot more. So I want to protect that because I see that as part of my legacy. I'm still trying to figure out my family. You know, I don't really know my dad's side, but I knew the ones that he gave me. But and then with my mom's side, yeah, we had a great little core. But just the last other weekend, I found out that a cousin we knew was cousins. We really, I'm not cousins, but
Yeah.
we cousins. So you know, it's just a lot. But I can say that, like I told my cousins and my sisters, we really had good parents. Like we didn't have uncles that touched us. We didn't have that. And we had a really good family despite all the little small nuances.
Um, are there questions you've made peace with even though you may not have gotten an answer?
Um, no, because I think about them. And so, no, that's all honest. Absolutely not. Now, when it comes down to forgiveness, yes. But when it comes down to other things, no.
Were there a moment where you were ever mad at God
About her?
about losing your mom?
No, I wasn't mad at God. I was mad at her because she cried wolf for so long, and then when she was really sick, you didn't know what I didn't know what to believe. I didn't know, and then what she was really sick from is what she wasn't medicating her. She was self-medicating. You know, she had her sister pills, her mama pills. Everybody who gave her a pill, you open up a pill bar and they got like a cocktail of different pills. So everything she was medicating herself from really wasn't what the issue was.
Yeah.
And she wasn't honest. Now, even though how many hours? 12 hours away, I know certain looks. I know certain tones. I know certain things and I'm like, I've seen that look before and I already know where we're going. So I kind of knew she was trending down. I just wasn't expecting her to just let go. That's kind of selfish.
As your spouse, what did I get right with supporting you, and what do you feel like I had to learn as well?
Um, you got right in giving me space. I think that was the biggest thing. Um, what was the second thing?
And what did I have to learn?
You had to learn that no matter what you did to cheer me up or to make me happy or what have you, you had to learn that just because I didn't respond the way that you thought I should respond, that you can't. It's not about you. Yeah, because that, and it happens. It'll be like, well, I tried to make it happen. It's like, I get it, but it doesn't mean that it's not enough. But in that moment, I really just didn't want to hear anything.
Now, this one is still fresh for us because it's only been 6 years. But how does long-term grief show up in America differently than fresh grief?
I would say that I expect you to be around certain people a little bit more than I think you want to. Not because of my fear that the hurt that I felt for not being there, I won't want nobody to feel that way. It's a level of guilt that you're going to always carry. Because even though, at some point of our life, we were doing great. I mean, we're still doing great, but we was doing great enough that I could have done more. I know that for a fact. And I didn't, not because I didn't want to. It was out of sight, out of mind. And you're here. So it's like, trust me, it's going to hit different when you can't wake up to that person on the phone. I can't call her at 3 o'clock in the morning. It hits different. So I think that, and with the fresh grief, I didn't know how to deal with it. I think I cried, I accepted it, and then I planned a funeral. And that was pretty much it. And then our baby came.
What part of grief do people avoid talking about, do you think?
Grief.
The whole thing.
The whole thing, because we're not, I could say for our community, we don't deal with it. We accept it. We know that person's going to die.
But does it come as a trauma?
It is a trauma because you're not allowed to, you're not allowed to express it. I didn't think about a grief counselor. I felt like people die and you just have to deal with it. So, we're just not given the space. And then it feels weird talking to somebody about your mom. And then they're asking, well, how did that make you feel? I'm about to break down, leave me alone. So it's kind of, it's a lot. And then some people don't know how to grief counsel. Yeah, I went to one at this church and I was over it. I was like, she told me to get on the bicycle and go pick flowers because that's what women do. I was like, well, I don't think I like that. I don't want to go pick flowers on no bike. So yeah.
What would you say to someone who hasn't allowed themselves to feel it yet?
If you don't let go, it's going to grab a hold. I can tell you that. I think by the time I really got into counseling, 2 years had passed, it was affecting me at work. It was affecting me all the way around. I was just still trying to process it because things move so quick. It really just felt like it just went so quick. And then trying to plan a funeral with your family that you think could go smooth, it really don't. Not saying that we had knockout, drag out fights, but it was some disappointing moments. It was some hurtful moments. It was some things that I was like, I never would have thought. And so I had to get over that. And then again, the work don't care. They give you 3 days. I'm going to take as many days as I want. I'm just not coming back. They give you 3 days. And then when you're trying to get yourself together, because after we was down there for 2 weeks, we thought we were going to have our baby in Jacksonville. And we was there for 2 weeks. My sister had to come over from Germany. It was just a lot of moving parts. And then, my mom and her size, and it was like, I don't like my choices being taken away from me. And the casket that I had, that I knew that she wanted, that I already had in my phone, I couldn't get it because she couldn't fit in it. And then when and then they give you so many limited options. Yeah. It wasn't even about burying her or cremating her. It was about making sure that I had to be at peace that I did everything I could to make her her. when she was laying in that casket. I made sure that she had the music because she's a singer. That's it. All she did was sing. I made sure that all of her church friends and her funeral was pretty crowded, and I made sure that she had her jewelry on. I made sure that she had her favorite owl sitting by. Those were very important to me. But I only could pick one casket, and it was literally a rented box with felt over it. It was cute, but it wasn't what I wanted her to be in. And so, yeah, that was a lot.
What memories makes you smile now instead of crying?
No, because it's a little mixture of both. Because even if I'm crying, doesn't mean I'm sad.
True.
I might be crying. Like, y'all really be thinking I be playing. We used to play church. We played funeral.
Played funeral.
My mama would sit there and sing, and we would walk by with a little casket, a little jacket on. That mama was poor as hell, but I loved it. And it's like, even with my birthday, never made a big deal because, back then in the South, your birthday was a way that your family could get together, and then they would give you a hot dog, a little huggy, and put you in the den while they out there cracking crabs and having a good time. So it was never your birthday.
Right.
But I remember this one birthday. She said, I don't have enough money, but I want to do something for your birthday. And I said, okay, well, whatever you want. Because then that's where I get that whole settlement. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And she said, what do you want? I said, I just want some crabs, just us, and close your lips. I love crabs.
You do.
I can eat them day and night in between.
Don't you learn that's
Blue
not
crabs. That's her. That wasn't me. No offense, Auntie Lane. I'm sorry. That was her. But I can eat them day and night blue crabs. Yeah, absolutely. And she did that. She bought, when I mean, right, you can go get a dozen of crabs off the side of the road for $6 back then, right? She went and got, right. She went and got these big crabs, and we boiled our crabs. It took hours for that water to get to boiling. But she boiled those crabs, laid them on the table, and I remember we just ate. And she literally went up and locked the door because that's specifically what I asked. I didn't want nobody else there. And that was like the best. We ate. We got so full, we all just passed out right there. We got back up and finished eating more. Like, it was ridiculous.
What does healing mean 6 years later?
Acceptance, because I think that's where I'm at. Sometimes it really still feels unreal. I remember her phone number. I'd be wanting to call 910-551-6708 so quick, and I can't. I want to, it just seems unreal. Because it's like, nah, like, she ain't going for real. Like, she just ain't called today. And then when your birthday come, and for the first 41 years of your life, you got that song. You got that phone call.
In what ways do you still feel her presence in your life?
When I'm praying, when with Abby, of course, because I swear she is my mama.
It is.
Every time I sing songs, and I know, like, when I know that she's here, it's one particular song that always comes on. I'm like, okay. Or just that overwhelming, look how we got it today, overwhelming need for red wine. That was her thing, boy. You could not keep that bottle from her. But mainly with Abby, because I could not be thinking about it, but I could be feeling it, and she'll walk up real quick. Thinking about your mom, huh? Get out my face. Yes, I am. And then, and I love and I hate at the same time that she knows why she's here, but then I hate the fact that she knows why she's here, because I don't want her to think that I overly love her because I don't have my mom.
Um, if Penny could see you today, your marriage, your work, your growth, what do you think they'd be proud of?
Well, she was never not proud of me. Never. I ain't never have a problem with that. She might have said some little slick stuff out the mouth, but I knew if I would call my mama, she would find a way to get up, find a way to fix it, find a way. Like when I had that incident at work and I didn't even have the voice to say anything. All I did was call. She paused and then she called the police that came to the house. She knew. And even though we was raised like sisters, I knew that was my mama.
Mm-hmm.
I love my mom. I still do. She's absolutely gorgeous. She had the perfect teeth, perfect smile. It's like, so it's, no, I don't, there's nothing that she wouldn't be proud of. Now, would she try to come over to the house? Probably not. Only reason is because I don't know what it was. Me and my sister's house was literally sharing the same yard. And she would go to my sister's house and would never come to mine. So I ain't really care that much. And it wouldn't even have been a point, whoa, let me show you the house, let me show you this. It would have been more of, here go Abby, over anything. And I know she just wanted to fight for place with you. But I know she loved you because when she came out to come, who the first person she asked for? Okay. And I'm thinking, nigga, I'm in your face. Wake up, look at me, and you asking where's Shay. You can't even get the tube out your throat first. So I know that she loved you in her own weird way, and even though y'all little battles y'all have now.
Right.
But yeah, because I still got the screenshots when she was looking on the Zoom for our wedding. She's always been proud.
Yeah. Okay. What advice would you give someone in year one of grief?
Man, it's going to be a lot of firsts. You're going to want to call. You're going to save the voicemails. I still have her voicemail saved so I can hear her voice. And then I found some preacher tapes so then I could play those too, just to hear her voice. Because my fear at that time was that I was losing my mind. I thought I had early onset Alzheimer's. Come find out, I was just depressed and it was just a lot going on. But I thought I would lose the sound of her voice. And so, but I will also say, don't get so caught up in trying to keep their existence there. There's a thing where we literally don't let people rest in peace because we need them. I've never lived life without her. She's lived life without me. So I didn't know, like, yeah, I know how to function life. I didn't know how to function without her being there, even if it's just whatever, so yeah, you have to become, I don't even say accept it. Start the process. Acknowledge the feelings that come up. Acknowledge everything that is going on. And try to find a safe space in it. If that even exists. Try to find a safe space in it.
What does it mean to live fully while still honoring someone you love?
I know for me is making sure that I honor her in things that I know. Cooking. One of the final things she ever asked me for was, once I get this house, I need you to come and cook Thanksgiving dinner for me. She never got the house. So, but cooking, I want to honor her in that. That gives me a chance to emotionally travel in time. looking at all of this stuff that she bought for no reason. We was doing the storage, and I'm looking at stuff like,
It was a lot of stuff.
and she had a panini maker, all kinds of stuff. I'm like,
She had a professional deli meat cutter.
she had a skill saw. What do you need with a skill saw? I'm like,
Preparation.
yeah, I still don't get it, but I look at it and I laugh because I'm like, yeah, that's me.
It is
Still,
you,
okay.
definitely, 100%.
No, but I might not need it now. I get it. I might not need it now. But I needed it in that moment. I thought about it, and it comes up later. You be like, I knew I needed that salt.
I knew we had about 6 of those sauces.
Exactly. Like when I go, don't do that. Like when I go in that closet, and I be like, see, I knew we was gonna need these flares. I think cleaning out her storages, I'm like, yeah. All right, I see me.
Yeah, you see? I see you.
Don't do that.
How do you carry love forward without carrying only the pain?
That I understand death.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why I took my mama, but I understand death. And to some people, death is healing. And I had to accept that for her. It would have hurt her to continue to live with what the doctor showed me and told me. That's that. So I find joy in the experiences that I had with her. Some of our experiences was horrible. Being homeless, being hungry, all of that. But if I had to choose the parent, if I had to be reincarnated back on this earth, I would absolutely choose her again. Everything that I've learned from her, voluntarily and involuntarily, you can't get anywhere else.
Yeah.
There, you just don't. She taught me how to survive, and she didn't even know it because I had to survive without her for a long time. You know, I saw, how she loved. It made me mad a lot, but it helped me cultivate how I wanted my family. So there's a lot of good. And if I sit and focus on all the bad stuff, I would have died a long time ago because it would have ate me up from the inside. But if it wasn't for her, I would not have my sisters, even though they made me so mad. I would not have this beautiful skin. I would not have perfect nail beds. Like, it's a lot that I would not have.
What a smile.
Exactly. My mama, she was like, look at this. You don't see no bumps up in there.
Oh my God.
She gave me some good genes, honey.
She did.
She ain't give me the body structure because she wasn't hippie. She was busted. But outside of that, thank you. Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to switch gears, but before we do, I wrote something to say to you.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Am I going to cry?
No, you're not. You should not cry.
Okay.
What I most admire about you is that you chose to keep living. You chose to love. You chose growth, and you chose purpose. For anyone listening tonight who is carrying the quiet weight of loss, let this be proof that grief can coexist with joy. Don't look at my face.
No, I'm not.
That missing someone deeply does not mean you stop becoming. What does not end, it evolves. Joy, my wife. I honor the daughter you are. I honor the woman you are and become. And I honor the legacy you continue to build every single day for you and us. Your grief did not break you. It revealed you. And I'm proud of you, not just for surviving it, but transforming through it. And I love you with all my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, we're going
to...
Go ahead.
I want to say something about what you said. When everybody don't want to die, and this is what I learned. It's a thing you want to die and you just want to be dead. So in my grief, I wasn't going to take myself out, but I was okay if I didn't wake up. And my therapist helped me through that because I thought that was weird. I didn't want to say it out loud. I didn't want them to flag me. And next thing you know, I'm all up there looking at that beautifully padded room, hugging myself with good, with burlap on. But you're gonna feel that. You're gonna feel where I just don't wanna I'm okay if I don't wake up. And you have to find a reason to wake up. And I think that's where, not saying my wife could not fulfill that, my I really feel that's why Abby was born when she was born, because the prophecy was she's gonna bring you so much joy. In that moment, I was done. Even when she came out, I was smiling on the pictures, but I'm looking at her like, I don't even know how to feel about you right now. She was a little weird looking too, but
Don't do too much.
but she turned out pretty well.
Don't do too much with my baby.
Babies come out, you be like, hey, let's see it in a week.
Don't do too much. Okay.
Hey, I thought it was weird looking too.
Okay, so we're shifting gears just a pinch.
Okay.
One of the things that I absolutely love that your mother gave you was the importance of education. Now you get on our last nerve when it comes to it.
I got my ass beat. So, at least y'all ain't getting somebody suplexing you off the top rope.
True, but you get on all of our last nerve when it comes to education and getting our degrees and graduating from high school is not enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate that because all the things that I've been able to watch you do, achieve, continue to achieve, it's not something I've ever seen in anybody. Anybody. Because most people do high school, go work. In high school, maybe college, get a job. But nobody actually pushes the envelopes that I've seen, push the envelope as far as you do. And with that, I would like for you to go into all the things that you have going on right now, the things that you have coming up, and the things that's for the future. And then we'll recap in a couple months because there'll be 10 more new things.
Okay. That was shade.
It was definitely shade.
That was definitely shade. First of all, let's go back to my mom. My mom was abusive. She picked my classes. Like, we used to have to go up to the school, stand in line. I was the only person there with their mama in a muumuu with a brand new baby, standing in line picking classes. So that was that. My mom, she wasn't far on the education scale, but she had smarts in other places. She was very shrewd and businesslike and all of that. She could think and she just could go for it. So education is not an option. And it's not just going to school, it's education.
Yeah.
Because I know you can do it. You know you can do it. Why are we not doing it?
Like I said, you get on that nerve, so I appreciate it.
But that's it. It's all about making sure that you are learning everything that you want. Because you never know. I might get a degree in floristry next week.
We know.
But what I'm doing now is I am looking for another program to go into. I don't know if I'm ready to do another cert or do another degree program. And it's not necessarily to get a different job. It's literally, I want to be the subject matter expert in things that interest me. So I don't care I don't care how nobody feel about it. This is what I want. Yeah. And so I am looking into that. I'm giving it a break now because I'm in pageant. I got some other stuff that going on, and I do want to make sure that Xennial Consulting is being forefront because I know it's a value add. I know for a fact it is a value add. And I want to make sure that in my community, whether, it is impactful and that I can bring knowledge, I can bring fundamentals, foundation, and financial success to my community. And that doesn't mean just Black, it doesn't mean just LGBT. It's anybody who I have chose to commune with. The same way. But, and because of that, I want to focus on that. I need to put more energy into my podcast. Um, we have one that's going, Legal Mindset. Shout out. You can catch us every other Friday at 7 p.m. And then me and my wife, we're starting our podcast. I say on the 9th of March because that is, I had to count because I know it's 2018 anyway. So March 9th, that is our anniversary when we actually, in front of that white judge, said, I do.
Yes.
And so we got 2 anniversaries. But so I would love for us to launch it then. And then we have God is a Woman. And so God is a Woman is my personal podcast where my goal is to discuss everything that pertains unto life and godliness. It is not a Jesus show. It's about godliness, which is good. And so I'm excited about that. What else am I doing?
Yeah.
Oh, I do have the pageant.
Yes. It's very big. It's coming up.
Yes.
In a few weeks.
And a lot of people got to understand one thing about me. I love to win, but I'm okay if I don't because you're going to see me in those outfits. Oh, man. You're going to see me. And it gives me visibility. And it allowed me to promote my business. It allowed me to do a lot of different things. So that was the purpose of getting into that pageant. Miss Corporate America, I am representing Arlington, Maryland, a.k.a. Baltimore.
You said it almost like us.
I know. You're a Baltimore baby.
Don't do that.
And moving.
Yes.
That is, I know it sounds crazy, but that is a big thing. Planning our escape from Baltimore, going to our next wherever state or next country. What does that look like? Finalizing that.
Yes.
Not running from anything, but when it's time to
go
up plant. Because I know how people don't like to pull the roots up, but certain plants thrive when you unroot them and put them in a bigger space. That's why you got to change the pot and let the plant grow with the pot. So don't be afraid to move. And that's it.
It's a lot.
I feel like it's not.
I feel like you're missing something.
Oh yeah, and I'm working on my book.
Another
book because I do have 4. They are available on Amazon. Yes. But I am working on a 5th book, and it's called Money Do Grow on Trees. Because we all have been told money don't grow on trees, and it hindered us. It handicapped us to thinking that money was not available, and it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? And it's teaching you from a matriarchal perspective because God is a woman.
I love it. I love you.
I love you.
Thank you for being.
And maybe we can adopt a baby boy, but that's fine.
Girl, don't speak that evil on us, everybody. But thank you for accepting my invite. You had no choice, but I appreciate you for saying yes.
Thank you for making me cry.
I know, but I'm really here to get you through the night. Thank you for being vulnerable. I'm hoping that this will help some people that recently have lost their parent and don't know what to do. Because sometimes it's hard to have that conversation or to say I need the help. But if you have the resources out there, which is why I wanted to do this tonight, they can always go back and kind of review and see, and I can share it as many times as I need to. But most of all, thank you for putting yourself in a vulnerable place to not only help yourself, but to also help others. And I do appreciate that and love you for it.
I appreciate you and your platform.
Yeah.
You're doing amazing. I can't wait to see you on that red carpet.
I know, right?
Yeah, because I'm going to dress her.
I do. It is. I got a Harvard like I said, the job's already filled. There's no positions available.
I can't wait. And I'm just excited for us.
Me too.
Yeah. I do love you for real.
For real, in real life. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I love you. We love you. And I hope you love yourself. See you guys next Thursday. New topic, new invite. Y'all be blessed.